What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. We brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. Today, we're going to get into this why Aaron Glenn must be protected at all costs. Then we're going to look at COVID running rampant through the secondary. Whew, we just down a whole bunch of players. And then we're going to look at Todd McShay's first overall mock draft and see who he picked for the Lions. But before we get into all that, I got to bring in the crew. You know who he is. A chill is in the air. The ladies love him, and the men want to be him. My man, LL Cool Tones. What's up, my guy?
What's going on, everybody? And good morning, Proud Nation.
Hey, and the next man on the crew, he always says it with his chest because it's who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. Welcome back to the show, people. Now it's time to kick it to the coolest man in the crew. Y'all know him. You know what I'm saying? You hear him? You hear him calling him? Shame. My man, LL Cool Tones, my guy. What's up, my man? What you got for the main topic for today?
Man, I truly believe that we have something special growing here, a building here in Detroit. And a big piece of that is our defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn. And I truly believe that we need to keep him and or protect him at all costs. Just looking at it, I guess from a number standpoint, I mean, we can all see the impact that has been felt. Just from a game by game basis. The defense looks a little bit different. Looks a whole lot different than it did last year, and we have a much worse roster. But just from a number standpoint, last year we finished 30th or worse in all defensive categories. We're not that much improved, but this year so far, we're 5th worst in total yards per game, 17th in passing yards per game, 28th in rushing yards per game, 29th in points allowed. And this is, again, all with a much worse roster and the 6th hardest schedule in the whole NFL, right? So, and the biggest thing of all, which we spoke on yesterday as far as, culture and players playing hard for coaches, it seems like everybody, or it seems like the defense likes to play for AG. They're going out there, they're playing hard. You got guys being signed, or right off the practice squad. Guys who like getting Christmas bonuses in a way, coming out making defensive impact. So shout out to Aaron Glenn. And what do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely think that he is one of those guys where, as good as Dan Campbell is as a motivator, as on the team as a totality, Aaron Glenn is that and much more on the defensive side of the ball. You have guys who aren't getting any PT anywhere except for Detroit. They'll be only PT they'll be getting his prime time riding the bench if they were on other rosters. But he's getting the best out of what he has. And you look at that, and that's the coaching staff as a whole, but it even makes a bigger statement on defense. You look at how Aaron Glenn and Aubrey Pleasant is dealing with the secondary, and we'll get into that in a little bit on the next topic. But you look at how this team is playing with backups to the backups to the backups to the backups,
Right.
and they are competing at a good level. I won't say a high level, but they're competing at a good level. And Aaron Glenn is proving himself worthy of being a defensive coordinator in the NFL. What you got, Mike?
Yeah. I think the first thing is Aaron Glenn's a good motivator. He knows what to say to get the players to buy in. Like he knows, and I think that just comes from the coaches, the player coaches. Like Aaron Glenn last played in 2008. So it wasn't that long ago, that Aaron Glenn was on that field, so I think the players respect him because Aaron Glenn still, he might pop a few cats, you know what I'm saying? So I think that respect in nature, because I think the game has changed where players don't want coaches just telling them what to do. They got to respect you and know that you can actually do or perform what you're telling them to do. Right. And especially when you get these guys that got their money and they be like, You know what I'm saying? But I think Aaron Glenn is a good motivator. I think that's Dan Campbell's guy. You can tell him and Dan Campbell are cut from the same cloth. And I just like the way that when I watch his pressers, man, how he talks to the players, how it makes sense to me. If it makes sense to me, I know it makes sense to them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I shout out to Aaron Glenn, man. We got to keep him. We got to.
Yeah, I like Aaron Glenn. I like keeping him in Detroit. He always repping the 313. He has those custom shirts, man. So he just embodies what Detroit is as a football team, as a football town. So I think he's a really good fit for the Detroit Lions. And who knows, he may be one of those guys where, once Dan Campbell shuts it down, maybe he one of the guy that takes the helm of the Lions. You never know what's gonna happen.
And I mean, and that's my fear is that other people will see exactly what he did here and throw a whole boat at him and try and get him to come either be their DC or come be their head coach. Yeah. So I'm hoping that whatever it is hopefully Sheila Foreham or Miss Foreham, however you want to however I should say it, sees it as well and match whatever offer and just keep him here at whatever cost. But of course, the family discussion topic for today is should the Lions hang on to AG no matter what? Let us know in the comment cards or let us know down in the comments and then we'll feature your comment. We can feature your comment on tomorrow's show. While you're doing that, go ahead and hop on to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. We got a whole lot of great things going on over there. If you're still doing, or while you're clicking and moving around, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Stick around here for as long as you can as well. As long as the Lions is going up, we're gonna be going up as well. So let's go ahead and kick it over to Curt. What do you have for us today?
Okay, for my news and rumors topic for today, because we're all about Detroit Lions news and rumors right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, because we say it. We're your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Today, we got some news, man, coming out of Allen Park. It is not pretty. The Lions secondary is depleted by injuries and COVID-19. We got 6 players right now just from the secondary alone on the COVID-19 reserve list. Bobby Price, Tracy Walker, Iffy, Mark Gilbert, Corey Ballantyne, and Nicole Roby Coleman are all on the COVID reserve list. That's 6 players from the secondary. Then we got another 3 that's on injured reserve. Jeff Okudah, AJ Parker, who may be coming back pretty soon, and we just lost Jerry Jacobs for the rest of the season with that knee injury. Now, the Lions added 3 cornerbacks on Tuesday. They claimed Savion Smith off waivers from the 49ers, and they signed Shakira Brown and Chris Williamson to the practice squad. Maybe those guys will be coming up for the game against the Cardinals if we can't get some of these other players back. They also put in a claim and got awarded Brady Breeze from the Tennessee Titans. He was a rookie 6th round draft pick, who was waived by the Titans, and we put a claim in for him on Monday. A lot of roster moves for that secondary. And it's an issue in the NFL and around kind of the organized sports right now. COVID is running rampant. 75 players around the league, according to a tweet by Adam Schefter, that have contracted or on the COVID reserve list right now across the league. You see it affect our team. You look at the Rams when they played, they lost Jalen Ramsey to the COVID reserve list right before the game on Monday night. And
Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, and Higbee. And look at the protocols. The players who are unvaccinated have to spend at least 10 days on that COVID reserve list. Or the other individuals have to have multiple tests that are come back negative before they can rejoin the team. Right now, it's looking damper. I know the Lions shut down the facility on Monday. They weren't in the building yesterday because of Tuesdays is usually film day. But it's just a bad look right now for our secondary with all the COVID. And they're going to have to do some contact tracing to see what player brought that into the building to see, or if it was an employee. I mean, you just don't know. But hopefully everyone can heal up and, recover from COVID. Hopefully they're asymptomatic and nothing's going on with them with their respiratory issues. But, shout out to those guys who are on that COVID reserve 19 list. You got to look at it. They got families. You got, Tracy Walker got a young son and a wife. So, you look at that, that can be a domino effect for the health of that family. Man, Hey, but that's my news and rumors. We're bringing that news right here. That secondary is depleted, but we got some roster moves. You know, Brad Holmes is making some moves to keep this roster at least afloat for the rest of the season. And Dan Campbell said, I don't care who we got on the roster. We're going to go out there and play hard anyway because we're going to go to war with who we have on this roster. But if you like the content, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. You know we on that march to 4,000, baby. So get on this bus, Gus. Get on this train, Wayne, and get on the ride, Clyde, with us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You know how we do it, and you know what it costs. It's free. If you need more free, it's free. And if you need more free, it's free 99 and 50 free cents, baby. So it'll cost you one red penny to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Now, like I told you, the man says it with his chest all the time because, you know, he got that big heart pumping. You know what I'm saying? We don't pump no Kool-Aid around here. My man, Coach Jones, who? Tell me what you got for your news and rumors topic for today.
All right, man. So, as everybody knows, Todd McShay just released his mock draft.
I hate Todd McShay.
Yeah, I mean, I like him a little bit, man. But Tom McShay, he released his mock draft, and he had the Lions picking 1 first and picking 25th. Okay, and with the first pick, Aiden Hutchinson. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that premier pass rusher, right? You gotta get the QB or premier pass rusher with that first pick, or maybe an offensive tackle. But you know, he picked that premier pass rusher. And Aiden Hutchinson is the top guy, right? Thibodeau is very good too as well. But when you're looking for a guy with that motor, that got that drive, that just never take plays off, Aiden Hutchinson is that guy. The only question we have for Hutchinson is, can he move laterally? Does he have lateral quickness, which will be at the combine, right? The combine will tell it all. Do you have lateral quickness to play in space? You know what I'm saying? So playing that sideline or that shallow middle, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Aiden Hutchinson, man. And then 25th, we pick Sam Howell. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't like Sam Howell, and I know it's not his fault, but the name Mitchell Trubisky just flourishes in my head when you think of quarterbacks that come out of North Carolina. I think Trubisky's taking second, wasn't he, by the Bears? So yeah, man, I know I'm sorry, Sam. Okay, I know it's not your fault. Okay, but nah, man. The only quarterback that I would take actually at number 25, I don't even think we'll be picking 25. Honestly, I think we'll be picking more like 28. Because I think the Rams are gonna go far in playoffs. But I would take Desmond Ridley. And I think he'd be a good guy to let sit for a year. You know what I'm saying? And let him kind of work everything out. Because as you know, Carson Wentz came from a small school, and Cincinnati's not that small, right? So I think you got to give him a year to adjust to the NFL, you know what I'm saying? But the NFL is adjusting to college football because, as y'all know, the NFL is going more to collegiate rules. So it might be in Riddler's favor. But, you know, if we did take a QB in the draft, it would be him, or it would be Malik. But I would have to take Malik in the top of the second. I wouldn't take him at the bottom first. I would take him top second because I think the quarterback's going to fall. Todd McShay had 5 quarterbacks going in the first round, I believe. And nah, that's not happening, bro. I don't think people people ain't that invested in the QB class, which is sad because 1 or 2 of those guys is going to shine, right? They're going to shine. They're going to step up through all the negative talk. So I'm happy with Aiden Hutchinson. I'm happy with that pick, but that QB pick, man, Sam Howell, man, we don't want no more North Carolina quarterbacks at NFC, man.
I'm good on all these quarterbacks. I used to say if one, you know, that we gonna pick and let him sit or however it goes, probably be Malik Willis because I thought that maybe he had the most pro potential because he was kind of looking like when LJ is throwing it, like, you know, he can, you know, he was dropping back. He wasn't necessarily taking off immediately. He can move around, but that's not his game. I'm not even sure about that. Once he got to play some stiffer competition, he looked he came back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but even then, like I don't like any of these quarterbacks just because when you look at it, just like you said, the top of the second round, it's still going to be so many better players there that we could take. It's if somehow some way, Riddler or I might even say, I'm not going to say Sam Howell at all, but one of these guys, let's say one of the ones with this that's supposed to go pretty high, somehow, some way slides to our compensatory pick in the third, then maybe. But even then, man, I think this is a deep draft for everything that we need. It's a lot of defensive back. It's a lot of defensive linemen. It's a lot of wide receivers out there that we can still probably get in those first 3 to 4 rounds. So I don't know.
All right, if you like this content from us, go over there and check us out at Lions Nation Unite. It's your one-stop shop for Detroit Lions fans. Like I call it, the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. So go over and check it out. You can watch the content right over there. It's posted daily, so go over there and check it out. You'll never know who you're running to. You might run into the Lions, man. You might run into Dessert Dion. You might run into Herman Moore himself over there. So go over there and kick it with the crew over there on Lions Nation Unite. You know what it's time for us to do, baby. It's time for us to zip our lip and talk about what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's the comment cards, baby. Let's get after it now. First up, we have Be Ready K Noon Zinger, man. That Be Ready X K Noon Zinger. That dude got a crazy name, man. But he's a friend of the show. He says, yes, Sewell is definitely the best pick of the draft. We thought so. The kid is legitimate and going to be a foundation piece for years to come. Unlike, I like that. Unlike what Dave Bing said, I like what you said right there.
Right, man. That's what Dave Bing talking about. King SJ says, it's nice to see Sewell being included in that kind of talk, whether he ends up being the highest graded player in the draft class or not. Definitely going to be a great piece for us to build around for a long time, and great first pick for Brad Holmes as our GM. I like that. I think we said it as well, but I think that was a great draft for a new regime here.
Yeah, it was. John Robinson says, in the offseason, let Holmes scour other teams' rosters for a safety who might be a backup to a great player but has loads of talent that Brad can get for a low pick. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I kind of just wanna draft everybody fresh. You know what I'm saying? Get guys coming out of college. We really don't want other teams, leftovers like Matt Patricia had us with the Patriots. But I see what you're saying though. Like maybe he could be a rotational piece. You can't get all rookies, you know what I'm saying, in that backfield. So yeah, I understand what you're saying, man. But yeah, we definitely trying to get drafted players.
All right, you know who it is. The law firm, Murdoch and Associates. What's up, Joseph Murdoch? It's good to hear Sewell being talked about, in a positive manner. All in all, the Lions did pretty good with their picks. Thumbs up. Get a thumbs up for me too. I appreciate that.
Bill Kowski said, a friend of the show, Bill Kowski says, great show, guys. I love Sewell, and he's been solid. You can see why Holmes and Co. were so pumped when they drafted him. Our GM is different, y'all. Trinity Benson has been the only situation that hasn't really panned out yet. I feel good about what they have done so far. Our first round this year is going to be exciting with Holmes. 3 picks in the top 33. The reason I like MCDC is he owns his mistakes and has made improvements. True leaders of men don't point fingers at someone else when things go wrong. Herb, I'm talking to you, son.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Shots. Joe E says, we need the first pick in the draft to continue building the Lions. Love the Lions pick this year. Yes, Aiden Hutchinson, you only got a half hour, baby. You only a half hour up the street.
Right.
You know what? And I'll say this before you kind of switch your gears a little bit. I would say this about Aiden Hutchinson. He, as much as some people don't want him here, he kind of embodies Detroit and Dan Campbell. He's that Dan Campbell type of guy. Has a high motor, doesn't take plays off, He's a grounded out type of guy. He's going to be there. He has some glitches in his work. Of course,
Yeah.
I think is not going to be great in coverage. His lateral movement, I've seen it, just an eyeball test. It's not great, but it's not bad either. But he will bull you over. He is a 3-4 defensive end. People kept telling, well, he can't play in 3-4. Well, he plays in a 3-4 in
Right.
So I'm not
Right.
understanding your philosophy in that. But Aiden Hutchinson, he's a blue collar guy, and I think he will fit well in Detroit.
Honestly, this is kind of like one of them draft stories. It's one of these every few years. A guy, from the state or the area that has #1 pick plays at the school that, in the area for the #1 pick. So it's almost like this is how it goes sometimes. So that's what I'm looking for. And I honestly think we're heading that way, barring any either disappointing performances or spectacular performances at pro days and things like that. But thank everybody for those comments. Of course, leave more comments throughout the show, and we'll pick 6 that could be on tomorrow's show. But now that we've done with that, let's head over to everybody's favorite segment, the dessert with our man Curt.
All right, so Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Right now, she's still running the football special. You got 4 helmets, 4 logos, and 4 footballs of your favorite team for $35. So go over and check it out at Delightful Bites over on Facebook, or you can email her directly at delightfulbites18@gmail.com. Now, I was a bad papa yesterday. Yesterday was my grandbaby's Spencer's first birthday, and I got to give her a shout out.
Happy birthday.
And the craziest thing is when she was born this time last year, we were recording. So she has a special connection to the show. She's actually been on a Free for All Friday. So happy birthday, Spencer. Papa loves you, girl. I hope you enjoyed your day. I seen you eating your big noodles, and I saw you playing with your toys. So happy birthday. Love you. And you gotta mention my man, Netflix. Netflix was the highest graded running back per PFF with a minimum of 25 snaps. He had a 84.0 PFF rating for the Week 14 game versus the Broncos. Shout out to my man Netflix, Craig Reynolds, for doing his big thing over there. Yeah. And that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now it's time to take that stroll, baby. Let's go ahead and do that thing and talk about who's on that Wall of Fame. We got our bronze members. We got Detroit Drew, DSA members. We got Krista Wiley, always hanging on. Bubba Bo is kicking it, and Bo Gagrius. Then we have our silver members. We got Jason Portis, Mr. Cap Ice Cold. The Batman of the 313 is shining that bat signal all over the city because we need you to save this team next year, man, because ain't no hope for this year. And gold members, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Huck, Larry McQuiston. We got the Tornado is in the building, just in the D. And Ken and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit, he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button down in the description. And the Gold Members meeting is today at 3 p.m. Please check the community tab. The link for that meeting will be in there. We're going to have some fun, chop it up with you guys for a few minutes. You know how we do it. And this is going to be a special. This is our first one since we've been back on the air. So hang out with us today at 3 p.m. for our Gold Members meeting. Now it's time for final thoughts. LL, my man, you know what I'm saying. Let me know what you got for final thoughts for today.
Well, final thoughts on this What Up Though Wednesday is real short and sweet. Be kind, go out there, have a great day. It's Wednesday, man.
My final thoughts for today is it's hump day. It's hump day, baby. That's what Curt usually say. We didn't hit that mid start of the week, man, and everybody just be safe out there, man. Take your time doing whatever you're doing. People in Michigan, like the roads, is starting to get that way, man. And everybody be safe traveling to and from, man, and return home to your loved ones, man, and enjoy you some Lions football this coming weekend, man, because I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. All right. So my thoughts for, like my man Mike just said, it's a hump day, baby. You know the grind is almost complete. You only downhill from here. So go ahead and keep moving, keep motivated, and keep doing what you're doing. You're only gonna get through it if you keep doing it. You ain't gonna get through it if you stop. So that's what you got to do and keep on moving. For the
Right.
team, it's going in the right direction. Aaron Glenn is going to be a superstar defensive coordinator in the league, and we need to hold on to that brother and protect him at all costs and hang on to him as long as we can and keep him, because he's going to be a key to success right here in the Motor City. Man, I want to tell you that we really appreciate you, all the love you showing with us, staying right here, rocking with us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now, it's Wednesday, so I know it's rough. You know what I'm saying? You had 6 meetings that could have been an email, but what you need to do is clean them crumbs up your face, finish your drink, and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.